All right, so I shared my list in the previous section of our collab here. So yeah, Ricardo, you also have a top 10 list. Take it away. But of course, I know you have an honorable mentions list as well, so you can start with that. But yeah, take it away, Ricardo. Your honorable mentions.
Right, yeah, sure. So honorable mentions is stuff that just I remember kind of enjoying them as horror movies. But the thing is, I'm a pretty basic person when it comes to horror. So it's like, oh yeah, this was just a good movie in general, and oh yeah, it also happened to be a horror movie. And that's how I feel about a lot of this. And just quick mentions before we start. I wanted to get out of the way. Just like some of the horror docs. I mean, they're not actually horrors; they're documentaries about horrors. But these are worth mentioning. I think in terms of this, you should reference them. So like in Search of Darkness, that is basically focusing on 80s horror.
Okay.
Horror noir, focusing on a lot of black horror.
Oh, I need to see. I saw that. I saw that. That was really, really good. Yeah.
Right, and then Woodlands, Dark and Days Bewitched, history of folk horror.
Yeah, which we spoke about with Summer.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that doc. One of the best. It's true. Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, Cece, right? But yeah, it's a 3-hour doc about the history of folk horror, and it is excellent, excellent documentary.
And then all I'm just getting to the why horror works as a genre, why horror works as a genre, the ins and outs, the practical elements, all of that stuff, right? And just the kind of psychology, sociology, it's really, really solid stuff. All right, so my list. All right, so that's quick, just thing. So stuff that is just kind of these more gross out in the gross out section, but they're not necessarily horrible. They're just more shock value. And some of they count as horror. So this is my Chris. That's why they kind of leave the list, and then it have genuine horror that was just good and great, but I don't consider them masterpieces. I just consider them really, really good. But just like in my personal experience, I didn't enjoy them as much, but I acknowledge them as great, right? But it's not my top 10. All right, so Human Centipede, kind of gross.
Oh, for real?
You
actually stomached. You actually stomached that
gross
movie.
It's gross and shock value and this kind of stuff. But that is it. It's not like. It's not an outright terrifying movie. Once you get past the actual sell point of the movie, that's it. Moving on. Here's the other one. It's probably even more shocking. A Serbian film, right?
Oh god.
Again,
there's
one scene in this movie that is utterly horrifying. But once you get past it, it's like, well, all right, that's about it.
Yeah, those two shows, I am so scared, for lack of a better term, to watch, because I feel I will just be so deeply disturbed after seeing them.
But. It will scar you. It's gonna burn into your brain, but again, not like super. Oh, it's like not that great of a film, to be honest. Like in my humble opinion. The Skin I Live In. I Live In. Right, I consider it a horror movie. I didn't know it would be a horror movie. I just thought we was getting some nip tuck something. And like, oh no, it's a horror movie. and it's kind of nip tuck. You know what nip tuck is? Right?
Yeah. That film with Antonio Banderas. It's that film.
Antonio Banderas. Yeah.
That wasn't really horror, but
exactly. Okay. Right, but it's like, all right, it's this. All right, scene. Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Okay.
Excellent movie.
I enjoyed this one. It catch you off guard. It's like a solid thing. All right. 30 Days of Night.
Really enjoyed that film when it came out in 2006, I think. No, 2007.
Right, cool moments and solid outing. I didn't, again, not too scared, but it kind of counted as a horror, right? Well, you guys counted as a horror, so I might add it late, so the substance again, but I don't think it is a horror movie at all.
I am just surprised that that's an honorable mention for you, because that was your favorite film of last year, dude.
No, but that's like I didn't put it on because it was a horror movie. I just added it on late stage because all say so. All right, I mean, I had to count it now because I like it. It's a movie I really love, but I don't see it as a horror movie at all. Like I don't think it has body horror elements. Some body horror elements, but I don't see it as a horror movie. Like whatever. But I suppose you could count it because you guys counted it. All right, fine. Color Out of Space.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we talked about Color Out of Space. Yes, we did.
This one, we call I saw the TV Globe. This kind of counts, I suppose.
Yeah, also, still a film I need to rewatch.
Right. All three of these movies kind of count as horror movies, but you counted Sure That He Did. I just considered Cornetto Trilogy as all three, but not in my top 10. Like I think things are kind of a horror movie. Hot Fuzz is a kind of a horror movie, and The World's End is a kind of a horror movie. All three of them have horror-ish elements, but I count them.
Right.
Even though it's more humor than but it would mention.
Well, look, I mean, to be fair, in Hot Fuzz, right, there was this one scene I never forget, right? This castle steeple literally falls straight through that guy's head, dude. I was like, but
You know,
this is
like,
supposed to be
I
an
hate-
action
I
movie
hate that
parody, though. Like,
scene.
Yeah, they
sorry,
reveal-
this
yeah.
is supposed to be an homage to action movies. Where this really
All right.
gory that scene come out from? What?
Yeah, but when you reveal comedy with what's going on with the tongue, it's like, all right, it's a kind of a horror kind of
Yeah.
something. So like, and then
The
the
greater
ending,
good.
and then
The greater
right,
good.
exactly. Right. So
Greater
so that's
good.
about that. All right. Right. Dawn of the Dead.
Right.
Like this movie, don't love it, but worth mentioning. Doctor Sleep, you mentioned it.
Right.
Yep. Count that. Sinners, yes. Saw, right?
Yeah,
Kind of a
I
horror
should
movie.
put that in. Even though I'm not a fan of Gorno,
Right.
the is a mystery element, the whodunit element, up to the very
Yeah.
end. That's what makes that
Yeah.
film works. Yeah.
Right. Late Night with the Devil.
Right.
Done that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. They're not in my top 10, but I consider it great. The Vivitch.
Okay.
The Wit.
Mhm.
Yeah. 13 Ghosts. I put that here.
Oh, never saw
Oh,
that. Believe it or not,
really?
never
Right.
saw it.
Yeah.
Right,
Another screenplay. Another screenplay
yeah.
from James Gunn. Fun fact.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
did not know that. Didn't know that.
Raw. Anybody remember that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I
we
remember Raw.
talked about
I
it.
remember.
This should
Yeah,
have been an
but-
honorable
Right.
mention. You're right. Mhm.
Yeah. The Forgotten.
Still haven't seen that. Mm.
So here's the thing with The Forgotten. The Forgotten is largely forgettable, except it have one scene that is catchy. There's one scene that is catchy, and that is about it. So it's kind of catchy. What else? I have Black Phone, and I would mention it.
Okay. I need to rewatch that because the sequel is coming out in October.
Right. The Conjuring, the first one. Yeah.
I was gonna put
kinda
that.
counted.
I was gonna put that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And listen, there's only the clap thing that's catchy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But
It's good.
I just genuinely like it as like a homage to 70s horror, like occult cinema. That's why I really
Yeah.
enjoy Conjuring so much.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanna put the Hills Have Eyes, but not really. I wanna put it, but yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Kinda. Suspiria, the remake for the remake. Suspiria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know you don't like
I
it.
wanted to like it, but
I like it. Yeah. The most got the ending. That's so bananas. It's like
I know.
the director just give up and just say fuck it. And just-
Listen, as I said in my initial review, the climax of that film played
violent.
out like an Enigma video. If you know
Yeah,
about Enigma from the 90s,
Right.
it's that.
Yeah.
Right? Just bloody
Straight
and
up.
messed up. Yeah.
And then my last honorable mention is VHS. I thought this was
Still
kind of
haven't
cool and
watched that.
interesting. Yeah, they really cool, interesting take on the material, like you know how to do it, and like okay, I appreciate it. I just appreciate the approach. I think it had me going and catch me. Right, so number 10, Drag Me to Hell.
Right.
Raimi, in my opinion, at one of his best, his strengths, it like legit funny. It's how I know it. At the time that I would enjoy Drag Me to Hell. At the time I had a friend, he was like super religious, and he got off on the internet on how much he hated it. Like, alright, I know I'm gonna love this movie. And it's just so like subversive and funny in its own right. I just have so many funny moments in it that just really well done. Number 9. I had to mention it again. Another funny movie, subversive meta commentary on the genre, and it counts because of the ending. Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
I really like Cabin in the
Nice.
Woods. Yeah, it counts as a horror because of this meta horror thing. But then the ending of what going on, it's like, oh shit, there's 2 layers of horror going on here, and it's like, alright, this real clever and well done, and it's it's a really really strong script, right? For me, in my opinion. Number 8, The Descent.
Cool.
Atmosphere. You can't go wrong with good atmosphere. It's really, really catchy. It have you going. I know some people consider it overrated, but I really, really enjoy this movie. Great atmosphere, really, really well done, and it's holy to this day.
Yeah.
number 7.
Also, that final scene though still
Good
punches
God.
you in the gut. Like I recapped this in preparation for my list, and it still hits. But I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. So this one is a hot take, but it takes right. So this one is a hot take, but it's I have a kind of a tie. I don't know if I'm cheating a little bit here, but I have a tie. So number 7, Let the Right One In.
All right.
And then this is tied with The Others. Here's the thing with The Others. Others catch you.
Okay.
Right? I don't think The Others all that scary, but then the ending catches you. It's like the reveal is great though. It had me
It's
going
a great ghost story. That's what it is. A great ghost story.
It completely. It catch me completely like, oh wait, that's what going on. Like, I was totally caught off guard. I don't know if I was like too drunk that night or something, but I did not like clock what the hell was happening until the end. And they catch you, dude. Like, yeah, they kind of cook here, right? Anyway.
You didn't talk about Lady Right One and why you have it as a...
No, yeah, no, like right on. It's just like a classic. It holds up. It's really good. You mentioned everything you need to mention about it. I think, yeah, I agree. It just, great story, atmosphere, characterization, acting. The remake is not that strong. Like, I don't think the remake that bad, but it's the original is a classic.
I remember seeing the remake that would be
Yeah.
Let Me In from Matt Reeves.
Let Me In, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because he did that second Planet of the Apes movie. He's like, oh, okay, I want to see that.
Right.
I thought it was okay,
yeah,
but it
yeah,
doesn't hold a candle to the original one.
Yeah, the whole account is yours. There is one worth mention. I do because I say I'm worth mention. It's like, all right, they did this. All right, fine. But I didn't compare to the Let Right On is a classic. It's totally holds up. Right. Number 6. This should be higher because I love this movie a lot more than some of the other movies. But it don't tie as a horror movie, but it catch me. Bone Tomahawk. Holy shit. This movie catch you because you're thinking is one thing and then you're going to like, wait, while watching here, boy, I went in completely blind with this. I didn't expect what I see here. I just heard it was good. Like, hey, that movie was real hard. That is all you need to do. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Went in completely blind, thoroughly loved it. Didn't expect it to be as hard as it was.
Right.
Kind of a little bit again. Number 5. This is a tie. Us and His House.
I thought I was gonna say Get Out. Tidy 2 of
No,
them.
no.
Okay.
No. Like, us like, okay, so I like the John film. I don't know. I like Get Out. I don't like Get Out anywhere near as much as other people do, Dread. Like, Get Out catch it good, but like I couldn't get into this anywhere near as other people did. But Us is the one that like worked for me a lot though. In terms of like what it had to say, the sociological stuff, the like the pastiche of the 80s and what he was doing there. And I just really like Us a lot more than it's my favorite of his films.
Right.
I don't know if that's a hot take. Yeah.
No.
Right,
I mean, agree to disagree, right? But before you get to His House, right?
Also my favorite of his films. Also
Yeah,
my favorite of his film. Us is just so good.
Right. So before we get to His House, right? I forgot to mention in my talk about Us, right? That final sequence, the song that they use, especially when it hits that crescendo and you see the shot of the chain of the I love that.
The only thing I thought was like,
I hate that movie though.
Nah, the only problem I had with Us that was like a big problem is that it shouldn't have an explanation. They shouldn't explain what's happening. Just have us piece together what may be happening, and you've got the whole dance.
That would have probably make it better. But I found the story pretentious to begin with.
Okay.
I don't know. I get what he was going for. Like, I get what he was going for with it. Like, it didn't feel like pretentious. Like, oh no, it's a switch. Like, that's a switch. And like the reveal is like obviously it was super predictable in that sense. Like, it's like, oh right, it's her. She's the real one. All right, cool. And they flip it. Fine. But like, I didn't have a problem with that one thing or the other because what they're trying to say, and that worked. That worked for me.
Right, but why? But also you mentioned His House. I'm actually surprised that you have that in your best stuff. So yeah, why His House?
Also, I really like His House. I don't again bias towards more international films. So to get such an interesting like immigrant story, and then it's like, wait, like, this is a real solid ghost story in its own right, though. Like, wow, and it is surprisingly emotional and biting in its conceit. And again, usually that stuff don't work for me, but in this context, it really works in the narrative, and it just put together really well. Again, super biased towards like smaller filmmakers. I'll admit that. With that conceit, but like I just thoroughly enjoy his one. It's a movie that will stick with me as a ghost story. Like they cook. The man cook here. Right, number 4. Midsummer.
Nice.
I watched the movie. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I was like, yeah, I'm going in, I'm watching it. I expect it because of the filmmaker. And you mentioned the main point about it. It is very subversive visually, right?
Yes.
Because all the drugs, the light is the thing that you have to distrust, not the dark. Most horror movies will use the shorthand of the dark as scary. Nope. You seeing everything going on, and now you're in a worse position because now it's subversive. Like like I can't trust what I see. It's eyes in Kyoko Sugetsu catching there right now, right? You cannot trust what the fuck you see there. And that's great. Like, that is one quick moment where you clap in the face.
Oh, I love that. Well, actually clap at the guy. His name is Christian, which is funny. His name is Christian. I just see that how everything warp, boy. I love that.
I like, oh shit. I like all of them undercut, dude. Like all of them undercut. Like this is really good.
And speaking of that though, I forgot to mention that in my review of it. Sorry about that. But one thing, because I saw, I watched some 2019 recorded reviews of it, right? And some people felt like the whole grief aspect didn't connect with the awareness in the village compared to say with Hereditary, which was all about grief, right, and moving forward from it, right? But to me, as I mentioned, drug use. To me, what really the big takeaway from that movie is like, look, with all the dark shit and all the violent stuff that they saw in that movie, sometimes the best way to deal with it is just to numb your brain, numb, whether with drugs or just telling yourself everything is going to be okay, and that's why. Florence character, the character arc plays out the way it is. Like all this stuff that she going through, and she already went through something so traumatic. Exactly. Yeah, at the very end, it's like, look, she kind of goes off. She goes mad.
Right.
It's like
like, exactly. That's what make it. I'll make it kind of like the actual like layers to it is a social horror, right? It's her and just the whole that whole sequence with her. You know, the part with the sex. And she needs to do all over, push the fella. And oh shit, like there's all this nonsense going on, like, oh shit, them real undercut too. And she accepts she positioned it. Thing, and again, that be a costume scene doesn't have me cracking up though. But dark though, it's like, oh,
it's so dark. And even with the flower dress, which looks gorgeous, that is messed up too. Like,
we're trying to say it. It's like, all right, this is really well done and excellent. I don't know. Right, but yeah, number 3, Hereditary. Just atmosphere, story. When you find out what's going on, like, oh shit, that real tired, terrifying when you think about it. Really well done. I mean, that just involved with that scene involved with a telephone pole. That is all you need to know.
That still messes me up, boy. Wow.
Brutal effort movie, Jordan. Like it, I don't know, boy. Anyway, number 2, this one is because it starts a genre for me, and it's just like I just don't know we could have this. I know Michael didn't see it, don't like it, but like I love it. 28 Days Later,
nice.
Fast Zombies is fucking cool. Fast Zombies is fucking cool. I don't care what nobody say.
It's not a bad movie, It's not that I don't like the movie. I just don't rank it that high.
No problem. And for me, it shaped a whole conceit of like, oh shit, Fast Zombies. That real hard. Left 4 Dead. How many other movies that pull from this? The new movies not that great. Like the new one, it had some cool moments, but like new movies, I get what they're going for, but it don't really work. But this was a classic for me. I think it's because a big, again, bias towards the more amateurish look at everything at the time. Back then that was a big deal and that was a real cool look. And it's like, oh, they pulled this off with like a real small budget and all of that shit. Like, I was vibe for that kind of stuff. And I think it's because I'm biased towards that. But yeah, 28 Days is a classic for me. I just love this movie. I can watch it anytime. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, now Ricardo, before you jump to number 1, right? Because we talked about this with 20 years, right? One thing I love about 20 Days, right, is the slice of life approach to this zombie apocalypse thing, and you could see that with shows like Walking Dead and stuff like that, right? Like, characters have to deal with this shit. Like, this is what we had to deal with, right? So
exactly.
That's it.
I like Weeks enough. But again,
I was just about to ask about Weeks because I recently saw that and I was like, oh, this is so much better than I was expecting it. Like,
Weeks
hate 28 Weeks for some reason.
Right, no, Weeks. Do you think of Weeks? I don't know. Weeks just had they take a different approach, and it's how you feel about it. Because I know a lot of people love Weeks, and it's a big character driven kind of thing.
And it's a very tense movie. Yeah, my God.
Yeah. They do a lot of cool shit. But like, because I think I would just think it's just because it felt. It is the bigger budget problem. Like, it's like, oh, this is supposed to be a big movie and you have the money now. So it feels like a thing. And it's like, no, you should have go more amateurish approach. And because it felt like a quote-unquote official movie, proper with proper cameras and that kind of shit. I think that's just the bias. It's just had a blowback and just a bunch of damn hipsters hating on it. That's what I feel it is. To be honest. That's what it really felt like, to be honest. Well, I don't know. My number 1, I just absolutely love this movie. The movie is meme to death. It's one of Christian Bale's greatest roles. Thoroughly love this movie, and I just did not expect to think. And I was like, it counts as a horror, but it also bafflingly funny and in its own right. And this is my number 1 movie, and it's one of the easy one of the 2000s. After this,
I know
this whole century so far. American Psycho. I love this.
Yep. Great pick.
I love this movie. This movie it's so well done. Again, it's social horror, right? It's not the thing, but it's the guy who have to get stuck in a world, and it's like the world saying something about but he saying something about the world, and it's like, okay, just that. I mean, again, not it's hilarious, and it's meme to death, but that business card scene, oh my god, bro, like that to this day, they still have me cracking up, dread. Like I can just watch the scene, everybody do so many parodies of it and make it work, but they have all these like little moments, like the scene with Chainsaw, and the stuff with
Good
with,
lord.
what's the name of the band? What's the name of the music band he like? And he does like he keep on
News.
he news, and he just keep on the raincoat, and he like this other he do the walk, and it's like, oh, this dude is that this dude's a nightmare, dude. Like this is a complete nightmare, dude. Like when
listen, hip to be square. Like, Sesame Street, poked fun at it already, and that was our introduction, and then you heard the original one. But then, for me, this movie was like, oh, that's why this song is a classic. That's why the song will remain a classic. That one scene. Yep.
Christian Bale is so fucking good in this, too. Like, it's just so well done. He's so good in this, but it is terrified. It frames it to the conceit. He trapped as a person. Like, people, a movie good is when you have a whole bunch of people who misinterpret the movie and think like they're supposed to follow the guy. There's a kind of weird social phenomenon that's happened where people just totally miss the point of the movie. It glorifies the situation so much. But once it gets into the psychology, this person's like, oh, this person is a complete like vacuum, though, like a total vacuous person as a personality, and he just God. Just putting mask and mimicry and like, all right, when you think about it, it's terrifying. And given the time. I watched a movie when it didn't come out. I watched it on cable the first time, right? So I saw it in like 2002 or something like that. But I didn't get it until like when I get older, and then like when you start seeing like, oh right, 2008 happened and the banking crisis happened, and it's like, oh right, all these weirdos, you have a bunch of weirdos like that, like, and it's like, oh shit, this movie kind of cooked though, ahead of time though. I love this fucking movie. It is a modern masterpiece in my opinion. So American Psycho, my number one.
Oh yeah, no, you talked about Christian Bale's performance is so good. I think so much about how he said that he based the character of Patrick Bateman in his like mannerisms and everything off Tom Cruise.
Right.
And how he kind of creates this like weird, like I love, like you were talking about you were talking about the scene with where he kills him and with the Huey Lewis in the news scene. Yeah. And the bit that cracks me up about that is just how weirdly performative all his responses are. Like everything he says sounds so fake. Like, what's all the paper, man? Do you have a little dog? No, Alan. Like,
yeah. I was like, what going on with this man though? It's like, but he not. It have a lot of people who kind of like that. It's not that far off. It's like, what's going on here, John? No. It is a, like when you think about it, it is to me a kind of a terrifying movie because when you think about it, he's just a guy, not a monster. He mentally not necessarily anything wrong with him. You're not sure. I mean, he could have that, right? It could be like that. He could have some trauma in his life or something like that, but we don't get that. It's just society make this dude do. Like, fucking hell, though. Like, it's like, what's going on here? It's genuinely terrifying stuff, and it really works. That's my number one.